Well, this week has been filled with major headlines in the U.S. and around the world. Here's more in our Week in Review.
The week begins with a case of Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Mark Milley, is on a tour of the Middle East and Central Asia, meeting with his counterparts and visiting U.S. troops deployed overseas for the Thanksgiving holidays. On his first leg of this trip, the general spoke to reporters about the controversies swirling around Navy SEAL Chief Eddie Gallagher. Quote, "As far as I'm concerned, it is case closed now and it is time to move on and address the national security of the United States."
Also on Monday, a judge sets the trial date for 2 correctional officers on duty when Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in a Manhattan jail. Plus, the Supreme Court temporarily sides with the Trump administration, blocking an accounting firm from handing over a copy of the president's financial records to Congress. And the military suspends all search and recovery efforts for an airman who went missing in the Gulf of Mexico nearly 3 weeks ago. Tuesday, President Trump moves to designate Mexico's drug cartels as terrorists. Plus,
the Democrat-led House Oversight Committee is launching a lawsuit against Attorney General William Barr and the Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross over their refusal to comply with subpoenas. The panel filed that lawsuit today in relation to the 2 officials' failure to cooperate with subpoenas in the committee's probe of the proposed citizenship question on the 2020 census.
And President Trump rallies supporters in Sunrise, Florida Tuesday, while a federal judge blocks the Trump administration from implementing a policy which requires immigrants to prove they can obtain medical care before receiving a visa. Also that day,
the State Department is facing rising calls to release more documents on Joe Biden's questionable dealings in Ukraine. This comes amid concerns corrupt oligarchs in post-Soviet countries could be buying political influence in America.
Back at the White House,
I hereby grant you a full and complete pardon.
President Trump issues pardons for 2 turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. Midweek, a federal judge postpones former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's sentencing date, and the DOJ Inspector General releases a draft copy of his report into the origins of the Russia probe. Plus, firefighters in Texas battle a blaze at a chemical plant following an explosion which left several workers injured. Thursday, a Thanksgiving surprise overseas.
There's nowhere I'd rather celebrate this Thanksgiving than right here with the toughest, strongest, best and bravest warriors on the face of the earth.
President Trump makes an unannounced visit to Afghanistan for the holiday, confirms peace talks with the Taliban have restarted, and meets with the Afghan president. Meanwhile, in Iraq, violence escalates amid deadly anti-government demonstrations. And on Friday, Iraq's prime minister announces he will step down. Also that day, terror in London. Police declare a knife rampage near the London Bridge a terror incident as the suspect is shot dead by armed officers. And later that day, in the Netherlands, a stabbing at a busy shopping district in the west coastal city of Hague. And finally, the holiday shopping season officially begins with Americans across the nation shopping for deals on Black Friday. Rachel Acenas, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.